Hello and welcome to Pest Perspectives episode 27. It's hard to believe it. Already at 27. So that's 26 guests down. That is good it's good. I didn't think I'll be able to get this many people on the podcast. But so far we're actually booked up till obviously not the week of Pest Tech because I'm at Pest Tech, but I'm booked up to the week after. Isn't it? So this week we have actually something another local person. The last local closest to us was George and his dad from Pest Force Northampton. And they're not that far down the road. And the closest one I've got to me is now Nathan Clark from Pest Force Leicestershire, he is within my area, and it's we're all within different like, I go 25 miles from Oakham, 30. It depends if it's worth it. But yeah, you're very local to me, Nathan, aren't you? You even
Yeah.
you seen the van the other day, but I weren't in it. You
Yeah,
did.
no, you're skiving, but yeah, no,
Yeah, I
past your
was.
dad.
He's oblivious to anyone. He doesn't know anyone. It's like I don't know if you know. Do you know the EM Pest Control? He does bees, Elliot.
Yeah.
I met him the other day because I recommend him for loads of work, and I rang him. I says literally on the roundabout, he was coming over. I was behind him, and he rang me. I said, "Do you want to say hello?" Because I've never met you. So we pulled over at Co-op car park, and I shook his hand and that, and met him finally. I'd never met him before that. I got to know him because of the I'm in the British Mole Catchers Register, and he's in it too, and that's how I got to know him. And he said, "Oh, I do bee work," and I've always recommended him ever since for bee stuff because it's not something we do. Yeah, it's good when you can recommend local people.
Yeah, it is. And you also
It
don't
is.
realise how many pest controllers are actually around you that you don't even know.
I know the majority of them. I would say. I know. Well, there's a couple I probably don't know, but I know most. I'm weird because I wave at other pest controllers in the van. I go like that. Honestly, they must think I'm a right weirdo. Or I'm taking the mickey. I do, but
There's
I
no harm.
go. There was this guy in Stamford from a pest control company called Health Guard. Something. I went to say hello, told him about my podcast. I'm going to get some cards and say, listen to my podcast. I was promoting my podcast. That's what I was doing. I was, but he might have listened. He might not have done. But anyway, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Good to hear.
Keeping busy.
That's the main thing. It's not as mental as it was, though. Is it still mental for you, or has it slowed down slightly with wasps?
It's busy.
Yeah.
Wasps will slow down a little bit with the weather and different bits and bobs.
Yeah.
But I've had more. I've started to see rodent jobs coming back a bit more.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've had a
Some
few
different bits.
but Rhino Pest Management has just said whereabouts in Leicestershire are you, Nathan?
So I'm based at Tilton on the Hill.
Oh, you're well on my door. That's not far
Oh
at all.
yeah.
Tilton on the Hill. That's well close
Well,
to Oakham.
I was actually born and bred in Oakham.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't. I was born at Leicester. My dad was born in Uppingham. Actually, was born in Uppingham. He was, but we moved over to Oakham. But fair enough. Can't say any more than that. If you're born and bred there. But yeah, thanks Rhino Pest Management for watching. Sorry, carry on.
No, you're right. Go
on. Thanks Rhino Pest Management for watching. He's over in Leicester too, somewhere. He is.
I think he's out towards Ibstock way, if I remember rightly.
Yeah, he's been watching stuff. I've noticed him liking the posts and stuff recently. I have. So, are you one of these people that wanted to be in pest management? Did you fall into it like a lot of people did? Did you like when you left school? Did you know it was a thing? I didn't know it was. I didn't know about it.
No. So going back that age, crikey, it is my things back then was shooting, and I wanted to be a mechanic. Which that was that. Never put two and two together or multiple things, and I've done a whole list and a multitude of jobs in my life. So yeah, I never really knew about it before.
A lot of people don't. Yeah. So how did you land in pest control then?
Well, the pest control itself, so how it all come about was, and it is quite a coincidental that it was actually Pest Force that I spotted at the time, but
Okay.
it would have been 16 or 18 years ago now that I was reading, I think it was the Basque magazine at the time, and there was an advert in the back, oh, become a pest controller, cost you this much, become a franchisee, and so forth.
Yeah.
Inquired about it, and I didn't go through with it because I didn't have the money. That was that. Simple. I was probably no more than 20, early 20s sort of age, and never thought no more about it from then.
Okay.
Done gamekeeping, things like that.
Oh,
So
gamekeeping. So what kind of
yeah,
gamekeeping did you do? All right. Well,
it was just small like syndicate shoots, nothing on a commercial scale.
yeah.
Sort of just fell into it really, just with the job that I'd done. He also ran shoots, started to get involved, and yeah, I ended up doing most of it myself. Reared pheasants from day olds right through till we put them into the pen, till we hang them up and plucked, and that was that.
Okay.
So
So
yeah,
I tell you what, there's been a lot of people on this podcast that have mentioned gamekeeping. A lot of people that have recently, but it's a route. It's a route in. It is. Yeah. Obviously, you did a bit of pest management within gamekeeping. Obviously.
yeah, it's a big part of it. It is a big part of it. Yes, you get your rats, but the more so is the land management side. So your foxes, dealing with them. Um, if deer is a problem, then you'd have to take care of them, and so forth and so forth.
No, that's becoming a big problem in this country. There are, and I think the government need to educate the public about what's going on. They do.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, around here you don't really get many the bigger deer. Most of them around like the
tell you one
Leicestershire
thing.
area.
Tell you one thing.
It's muntjac.
Oh, yeah, but I'll tell you one day, right? We were going down the road. I can't remember where it was. I said to my dad, "Be careful." Why? We were going down this road, and it was on the other side of the fence. Right? I wish I got a photo, and it was the biggest stag I've ever seen. It was on the opposite side of the edge. I said to my dad, "Slow down a bit," because they can just jump, can't they? Luckily,
Yeah,
it never came out. But this stag, massive. But yeah, you're right. There's mainly monk chat around here. It is, to be honest. It is. But yeah, it's. I have seen a lot though. I was there. Was it near? I was somewhere near Stamford, and I'd never seen deer in the wild. I mean, as in in the open fields.
yeah.
In they call them herds or packs, and
Birds.
there was like 20 or 30 of them, and I'd never seen them all together running. I thought it was. I got a video. It was so cool. But people
Yeah,
thought
more
I was
like.
driving in the videos. My dad was driving. I thought it was so cool. I've never seen it before. It wouldn't be cool if they all came out of you. It wouldn't be. But I'd never seen it before. So yeah. So detour by deer there. Sorry about that. So then, how did you jump from gamekeeping then to actually getting into the pest control industry? Did you work for like other companies before you
I've
went
worked.
into
No,
pest
no, no,
pest
no,
Force?
no. I've apart from the gamekeeping side, before I took this role on, which is a long story. But before this, I was a HGV mechanic, so I always had a full-time role, as well as doing a bit of the gamekeeping and different bits and bobs.
Okay.
So I was a HGV heavy goods mechanic before I decided to take the leap, and it all just come about where Pestforce obviously registered an interest all them years ago. They've kept my details. I had a bad car accident, which wasn't my fault, but things happened. I had a fractured back, fractured collarbone, so I was off a few weeks. And Gail, that does all the franchising, like, on take,
Yeah.
at the time she just emailed me. And as I was sat literally more or less in this place, different sofa, but
Yeah.
sat here, high as a kite on coding, I thought, I'll do that. And it was a sort of point in life where, I mean, you'll probably know what I mean when I say this, but you work your arse off for someone else. You work all the hours, you do everything. Yes, you get a benefit of being paid extra, but when you actually sit down and think, well, they gain from it more than you do. So if I was going to do something, it was a sort of a case of, well, I might as well do it for myself, um, and do something that I enjoy.
Yeah. I had a shit job for 16 years. Shouldn't have stayed there. And I started to realise that I worked out long. Things like they weren't that bothered about. There was certain things that happened that where promotions and stuff that I never got. But yeah, I'm the one that used to open the gates, and I handed the gates back. So you can do it yourself. I'm not doing it anymore. But in the end, they've gone busting now. But yeah, I know exactly what you mean. You think you thought of, but you're not really.
Yeah, and you're only benefiting them by you doing that
Oh,
little bit extra. You only benefit them more than anything else, and that's where it just like it was a sort of a thing of, hang on a sec, well, if I'm going to do it for somebody else, I might as well do it for me. Um, and yeah, that's what I do now. That's that.
good evening, Sean. Thanks for watching. So obviously it's like a two like with that question, although you are working for yourself, what made you obviously go with a franchise rather than say build up your own like pest control name and brand? What made you go with that versus
It was a thing. So the Pest Force, it's always been said that we want to do it, obviously, but not everyone is able to do it. So you both of us, so we went down, met with Sean and Gail, sat down, had a chat and everything else. And on the way down, it's the sort of thing of, well, we want to do this through the franchise, but if we don't,
yeah,
I'll set up on my own.
yeah,
But when you sit down and actually work it out when we was talking, well,
yeah,
you see a lot of it like where people will set up on their own, do the full-time job, and start up just doing this little bit here and there, just trying to build it up organically like that.
yeah,
Or you can join a franchise which is well known in the sense of that. I mean, now there's within the franchise, I'm sure there's about 90 vans within the franchise on the road. Um, they do it to people all the time in the sense of they set a business up, they help
uh,
you, they take you through the motions. And whereas if I'd done it on my own, I wouldn't have a clue where to start. I don't know, like, about your SEOs. I haven't got a clue
yeah,
about that. I don't have a clue about Google. Um, and not just that, but it's all the bits that you don't see, like your RAMs, all the essential bits that you need. It's
yeah,
already in place with them. So you are hitting the road running without realistically having to get the nitty gritty bits or you not worry about it.
yeah,
Um, it just makes life a lot easier. And it was literally, I finished work on that day,
yeah.
start work that day. That was that.
So with that, do you like they don't just take anyone on as a franchisee? Do you have to be a fit and they have to like you,
Yeah,
or they
yeah.
just they won't take
No,
anyone on? No.
no, 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 no. It's not for everyone. Whether you're not the right person or whatever, not got the right attitude, I don't know. But it's at the end of the day, it's got to work both ways with them.
Yeah, no, that's I fairly understand because you've obviously got a Pest Force brand they've built up over the years. They don't want someone to ruin it as well.
Yeah, exactly.
It's one of them things protecting your brand as well.
But it's
It
nice
is.
also knowing that from my side, because yes, I'm building the Pest Force brand in Leicestershire,
Yeah,
but they're also protecting that brand that I'm building in Leicestershire, not just letting any Tom, Dick, and Harry, so to speak, come and do it.
yeah,
Um, and potentially ruin it, not just for me, but for everyone throughout the whole franchise.
Oh, that's a fair point. That is. Have you got like boundaries or areas you can't go into, or have you got like
Yeah,
how does it work?
so it's all worked off postcodes. When you buy an area, you're given a set amount of area with so many households. They're your postcodes. They're the postcodes you serve, and that is that.
Say, like for instance, obviously, so say you do beekeeping. Did you do bee removal?
Yeah,
Oh, you do bee removal.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
So say for instance, then you didn't do bee removal, right?
yeah,
But you had someone like George or someone down the road. Could you get them to do? Would they be allowed to come into your area with your permission?
yeah,
Or yeah,
yeah.
okay. I
Yeah,
just wondered how it
as long
worked.
as
Yeah.
we give them permission to work in our area, that's absolutely fine. You do get charged from the franchise a commission fee because you're working out your area. But apart from that, as long as the franchise, like myself, franchisor, knows that they're working there, yeah,
Well, that's. I just thought I'd ask. So, when you had your gamekeeper and you came into it, were you qualified, or did Pest Force put you through your qualifications?
no. So I wasn't qualified because it wasn't a necessary thing that I needed to do then.
Okay.
Obviously, it is now,
Yeah.
where so obviously it's a lot different now, but Pestforce put us through all our training. So when you're on board, it's about
Yeah.
3 weeks of training. So 2 weeks doing the actual everything else, what we need to do.
Yeah.
Um, so you go through your principles of rodents and insects, so forth.
Yeah.
You do all the health and safety. We've got an op system, so you train to use that, and then you spend a week out with another franchisee.
Okay. Nice. That is. That's you did, have you had to do this with any new franchisees? Have you ever had any franchisees come with you, or is it if they're
No,
near
no,
you?
no. And to be honest, there's not many, or there isn't a free area around us. I think the closest free area is out towards Birmingham way.
Oh, okay. Well, it just proves that the Pest Force brand is popular. It does.
Yeah,
It
it is growing, month and week by week, month by month. It is growing continuously.
no, that's good. I mean that's a lot of what you said as to why you joined Pest Force is what Georgia and Mark said that like to do with the websites and Google and SEO
Yeah,
and all that.
yeah.
They said that Pest Force sorts all of that out for you.
Yeah.
They do.
Well, you've got the differences you see. So, a head office is what I would call it. So
Yeah,
you've got Damien and Tom, which deal with purely down the marketing side.
yeah,
Damien more the Google, Tom more the organic website, but obviously they do both sides. They're wicked and they just know how to finely tune it all to make it work and make you generate phone calls. But then you've got other people there, um, just dealing with phone calls.
yeah.
Not necessarily for us, but just for the um, jobs that they've got for us.
Do they give you an option to have the phone call staff as well? Is that an option or is that extra?
No, so, no. So at the minute, so that is just dealing with their accounts. So they've got so many accounts across the country that we serve for them. All phone calls, everything else like that comes through to us directly.
Do you answer the phones or I believe have you got your partner in the
Yeah,
business as well?
yeah. So there's three of us that do it. Myself, and Charlotte, my partner, wife, however you want to call her. She's wicked.
I think it's nice. I'd love to get my wife in the business one day when I
It
finally
makes life
take
so
over.
much it just makes life that little bit easier because at the beginning it was me answering the phone, doing the job, and trying to do it all together on my own, and it doesn't work you forget stuff, you don't realise, or you miss a phone call. So getting Charlotte to answer the phone for me was like a godsend. So
You are right. I mean, when it gets busy, I've missed calls by 20 seconds and they've already got somebody.
yeah,
And this was,
yeah, especially
yeah,
WASD, isn't it? It's the worst time, or even
yes,
all year round. In fact, as
yeah,
soon as you miss that phone call, that's it. It's a potential lost job.
it is. But
And
what I find though, if you get repeat business, a lot of people, if you've had them before, not all of them, but a lot of people will wait for you to ring back. Not everyone,
yeah,
but we have a lot of customers that come to us every year for wasp nests.
yeah.
They will wait, but certain people you'll ring back. Oh, I've already. I've got a couple of them before because I said, oh, okay. How much were you out of interest? Oh, you were cheaper than him. Wow, well, book someone else now, haven't you? You know.
It's like
But,
anything.
we will get
We
on to
lost.
that later. We will
I
anyway.
mean, yeah. Well, I mean, we just give an example. We lost a job today just because I couldn't get there quick enough, and they rang somebody else, and we found out they can get there within 20 minutes. That's not the fact that we missed a phone call, but it's the fact that someone can get there, attend there in 20 minutes.
We actually had a phone call today that someone was cool, and we got there in 15 minutes. We did. I don't know if it was the same job. It wasn't in Stamford, was it?
No, no, no.
Oh,
This is
sorry.
out towards
Yeah,
Loughborough way, to be
I
fair.
thought it was us there. Like, it was literally. You know how you have jobs where someone's having the garden all pulled out, and
Yeah.
some tree surgeon guy got like stung 5 times. There was a wasp nest in a bag. It was. I thought that was. I thought that was you then. I thought, but no, it wasn't. We went there. But no, it can happen. It can. They want some people just want you there and then. If you can't come there and then. But have you ever had it where you've got a wasp nest and they tell you it's an emergency? My child or somebody is anaphylaxis, and then you say, okay, I've got a full list, but I can drop everything and charge you this price. Suddenly, oh no, it's fine. We can wait. Do you ever get that? Do you ever get that? We say I can drop everything, but you
Yeah,
have to pay a bit more because I'm coming directly to you.
yeah,
Suddenly, it changes from I think we could wait a bit longer for you to come.
yeah, it happens.
It does.
Sometimes it don't. So there is
Yeah,
like a call out charge for myself, especially at weekends. So there is a call out
yeah,
charge, and you soon learn then how serious they are if they want you to come out. Because if they do seriously want me to come out, then I will,
yeah,
and there is a call out charge. And if not, then it'll be early part of that week.
exactly. You are right. It is because with all our boss nests, we now tell people we've got in the software now that if you have misidentified what it is, it, I give you an example. You've booked us for wasp nests, but you've actually got honeybees, right? I won't treat it, but I will say you've got honeybees and now you've got to pay a call out charge. But we have a lot of that, believe it or not. A lot of people can't. They don't seem. Some people, not saying it's their fault, just
Well,
that
you've
some
got to,
people.
yeah, but you've got to do that because otherwise it's
Yeah,
time out of your day.
as
It's a
I said to
time
people,
from you're not doing another job, so you've
exactly.
got to.
But often we say if you could send us a photo or a little video, we can identify them through that. But it's the
Yeah,
cases where they
it's
say they can't. But
yeah, it's quite often what I do is ask for a text message, just send me a picture, whatever, and I'll identify it over the text. Because it's just the easiest thing to do.
it's
Because it
it's
just
just
stops that heartache of sorry, but I've got to charge a call out charge. There's no
it
other way
is.
around it.
Because it's a lot of the time, it's like, well, I've just driven 30 minutes here for basically nothing.
Yeah.
So we write it in now, so all that it's in there. So we call it misidentification. And I do recommend a guy for bee removal, but I said you've got to pay us this, but it's so they know. There's no, oh, I didn't know that. So David Askins, thanks for popping in on LinkedIn. You're not on LinkedIn, are you?
No.
I've been looking for you. I didn't think you were.
No.
Yeah, yeah.
Many years ago, I probably had an account, but no, I don't do it at all, to be
A
honest
lot
with
of
you.
those pest controllers are on it now. I have a lot of posts that my dead animals was the best one. That really kicked off. That did. I got on invited on the Beauties and Beasties because of it. I did. That's how I got my invite. The post it done really well. Good and bad. But yeah. So obviously, um, you said your partner answers the phone.
Yeah,
She got like, has she gone through and got qualifications, or she
yeah.
trained enough to understand
No,
what
she's
situations?
so the thing was for her to answer the phone, I wanted her fully qualified. So she understands from a professional side of,
Yeah.
and she knows what to talk about and knows how to handle situations that she may come across. My biggest thing is customer care, and with that, it's knowing what I'm going to do is a part of her job. That's that. So it's easier. She does do technical as well.
Nice.
So
That's really good. That.
if I do need her to, she does go and do jobs. It just makes life easier. Like you just said, you get a call out and you're the other side of somewhere else, but they're absolutely desperate. Um, well, she's here to help.
Nice. That's good. That is. It's a good thing to have, really. It's an extra pair of hands. You say your daughter helps you as
Yeah,
well?
eldest daughter, so she's just left school.
Okay. Does she
Well, I
actually want to
say
be in the? Does she want to be in the
no,
business, or is it the
no.
kind of here and there?
It's sort of a thing of that she does show an interest into it. She does enjoy it, but she doesn't want
Yeah.
to do it as a full-time job. I'm
Yeah.
not going to force her to do it by all
Yeah.
means. I mean, she's just done her GCSEs. Now
Yeah.
she's going to, so she's done her GCSEs at Catmus,
Oh,
and now she's
nice.
going across to Melton Vale. To go into sixth form or whatever they call it nowadays.
Yeah. Okay.
But she
Well,
helps me as and when needed. If we got a big job on, she'll be roped in just to speed things up.
yep, she'll be roped in, but she's like, Dad, I want the money. I want the money.
Don't worry, they get plenty of that.
Oh
That's all
yeah.
they ever do is hold their hands out.
It's true. It's true. Mine are a lot younger. Like mine are 10 and 7, so I've not got the
Oh,
teenager
don't
stage
worry.
yet.
We have a household here, so we've got
Yeah.
so me and Charlotte, we've got together, I think it's 8 years ago now, 9 years ago. Um, so Charlotte had two girls. I've got a lad with my ex, and then we've had one together. So across all four of them, it ranges from a 2-year-old up to 16.
Well, if they all want to join the firm one day, you can have a big firm.
Yeah, make my life easier.
And then you'd sit in the office, they can do it all. Oh,
It'll
that's
take some
nice.
time
That.
to work through them all, but yeah, no, it will be good.
So, with regards to what's the majority of the work that you do? Um, is it rats? Is it like wasps, or have you got
It,
something that's speciality? Then have you got like a speciality that you like to do?
I enjoy most jobs, to be honest, and it's like
Yeah,
bed bugs interest me in a big
yeah.
way. I do enjoy those jobs. But then you look at rat jobs, I seem to get quite a lot that is quite in depth where other people's not solved it or whatever. Um,
Sometimes it's like people. You say other people ain't solved it. It's like I've had jobs where I've recommended a drain survey, right? And that was the last option. But they decided I had it. Well, I had it. I'm not saying who, but I had it recently where somebody. I'm not mentioning names. It's not you, obviously. Where we recommended a drain survey. I said, look, you need a drain survey. What they did was they rang a different pest control company, told them they did a drain survey, and they said, "Oh yeah, 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 yeah." It came out. He did everything we did, then said at the end, "You drain survey." Lady went, "So I've just paid you to do exactly what the previous chap told me to do." Yeah, that I asked for a drain survey. So in the end, she got a drain survey company, and it was a redundant line. So I was right. In the end, I was right. And the drain survey needed doing. But a lot of the recommendations I find is a lot of people don't want to pay for the drain survey. It's a big problem.
Well, you've got a
It's,
multitude, haven't you, though? You have got some jobs where it is that, but then you have got other jobs where there is just bait truckers, and
yeah,
it does happen, and
yeah,
no ifs, no buts. And most people know now, because it is becoming more well known,
yeah.
that drainage issues. And I've even had a job where he's had a drain survey uh, by the one and only Davey. So
Oh,
it's
really? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
and I
Yeah,
mean that's the person I use full stop is him.
yeah,
And I got into it, and he's already had three other pest controllers go in, couldn't solve it or whatever. And I was
yeah,
stood there, and he was telling me everything, checked around everywhere, gone inside, gone in the loft. I'm thinking, stomach's just not right. It just didn't feel right with gut
yeah.
instinct. And I said to him, "Where's your manhole? I want to have a look down it." And he's like, mm, "It's just down there," because I was stood in the kitchen. Um, he's buried it with an
Oh,
extension. And I
one of
says,
them. Oh, okay.
and then when you look at the whole job and you put it all together and everything else, you're hang on a sec. So the drain's there, the SVP's there, another toilet there, and you think, where are you getting the noises? All along that back wall. He says, yeah, that's exactly it. Right, okay, you need a drain survey, mate. And he looked, and I looked at him, I thought, you don't look very surprised, buddy. He says, I'll tell you the truth now.
Oh,
I've already had it surveyed.
oh,
Oh, why didn't you just tell me that at the beginning? I've just spent an hour and a half of my life listening to yourself, to the issues and everything else, checking around, checking everywhere, and you've already had it done. Yeah, can I have a look at the report? So he gets me the report. I have a look. Done by Davey. All the diagrams are there with the pictures and everything else like that. And yeah, he just didn't want to believe it.
oh, what?
Even though the three other people have been there, couldn't solve it. He's had a drain survey, and the drain survey. So I was there in November last year, um, and the drain survey was done 2 years prior to that.
Okay.
Um, so
So there
yeah,
was,
and he
so
just,
there was, so there was drain faults.
oh yeah,
Oh, so we didn't want to believe that was what was causing the
no,
problem.
no.
Oh,
In
I've
his
never heard of
in his
that
head, he
before.
did. No, in his head, he didn't want to believe it, even though everyone pointed out to him that. Um, I don't know what the other pest controller's done. I couldn't honestly tell you, but
Okay, that's interesting. Not to believe facts and video footage and pictures and graphs and everything. Oh, no, I've learned something now. I've never heard of that before. Uh, did he get the work done in the end?
well, funny enough, the reason why I know the story so well and remember the dates is because I've been to him today to set the traps up because the remedy work's being done tomorrow morning.
Oh, nice.
So I'll put all the
Yeah.
traps in, ready for the remedy work to then obviously clear out what is there, and then it should be job done.
Good to hear. Yeah, that's interesting. That is a long time to resolve an issue.
Yeah.
I've heard that before. But normally with drain surveys, there's that much information there. They can't not doubt it. But you've proven me wrong. You
Well, it's
know.
just the fact he didn't want to believe it. It is. I think he just wanted an easy option.
Well, to be fair, if you like go on the internet and or if you believe like water companies, not mentioning any names, they all tell you that rats don't live down there. They do. But so do you obviously we touched on earlier. Do you do a lot of you mentioned you do bee removal.
Yeah.
Do a lot you do all sorts ones that are in
N-
chimneys and all sorts, or is it just
No, so it's a new thing that I've just started doing this year. Not done many. I've only done three up to now. Got another one this Saturday. Um, but it's just something that I never really done before because I don't have the building experience. And whereas wanting to do it, I'd want someone there with me that's got the building experience and don't mind bees. And I've managed to fall on my feet now and find somebody, and fingers crossed in the next few months he'll be my third person, fully employed.
Oh, nice. That's because I do know that people keep telling me to why don't you do bee removal. I don't like heights. That's my problem. And you have to go up on scaffolds on top of buildings. And I'll be honest, that's my main problem. Is someone's like, just think of the money. Maybe one day, But there's a lot of bee work out there because I know some people are actually fully booked for the rest of the season for bee removal.
Yeah,
They're
it's
taking
easily
on.
done. It's been quite a good year in the sense of bee swarms this year, from what I can gather.
Tell you what, when the bee swarms happen, I get fed up with the phone calls. I was like, yeah, you got a swarm. No, I've got wasps outside, and they ain't got a bee
I
swarm.
mean, yeah, there's a swarm of wasps,
Yeah, I says don't swarm. Oh, just
and
go to
that's when
bed.
all of a sudden they're
I,
allergic to them as well, aren't they?
yeah, and I said just go to bed, go to sleep. I said, there's a high chance that when you wake up in the morning, they will be gone. And most of them are they're gone. But
Yeah.
you do get people that will actually go and move them on themselves. But I just feel why do that when they'll just most of
So
them
the
go off their
perks,
own accord.
yes, yes, no. So if you've got a swarm on the side of the house, there is beekeepers out there. I will myself, or even George,
Yeah,
would go and collect them. The
yeah,
main reasons being is because if you think fit, that swarm sat on the side of the house.
yeah,
If they then move in the morning, come to
yeah,
your house, and they end up in your loft or in your wall or
yeah.
somewhere in your property. But if that could have been stopped by someone going to collect the swarm of bees, so then they'll be taken away to an apiary, managed, looked after properly, and so forth, you've just saved someone else a heartache.
To be fair, that's a good point. That is. I'll tell you who does that. Um, not around here, but Martin Belcher, that's on the MPTA board with
Yeah,
me. He's part of the BBK BBK is that what it's called? The British Beekeepers Society. And
yeah.
he
You've
does
got the British Beekeepers Association.
that's the one I think his
Yeah.
local one, and he does it very cheap. He goes round and
Well,
he moves it very.
a
He
lot of
does.
beekeepers will do it for free.
But
A lot of
when it comes,
beekeepers.
it's mostly a lot of it's just to cover his petrol. A lot of it
Yeah,
is,
yeah.
and he moves
But
it on. But obviously,
there will be your local beekeepers which will just do it for nothing, just because
yeah.
for the love of bees, and they want that swarm for themselves to expand on their apiary.
But yeah, it's all interesting. It is. It's we do get tons of calls. But it's like got what swarms of wasps. I bet you get it too, don't you?
Yeah, yeah.
Swarms of
It's
wasps.
always silly. You can guarantee.
Everyone loves bees
Yeah,
until they like even with like when they're saying, "Oh, I've got a bee's nest." I've got a wasp nest. Like, the biggest sign is when they go, "Got a wasp nest in my chimney." Not a bee's nest. It says I've only ever seen one in a chimney, and that was in the crack at the bottom of the chimney. So, and then the end they go, "Tell us the truth." All right, it's a bee's nest. And they try it because they think you'll just come and spray it. They do,
yeah.
thinking it's wasps. But then I just recommend whoever I do. Quite often Elliot, but I'm willing to recommend whoever if they're in the area. But no. So obviously you don't deal with paperwork. You've always done yours through digital. That was
Yeah,
mentioned, weren't it? It's all
yeah,
so. Has Pest Force got their own software that you can all use, or is it?
yeah.
Yeah,
No, it's their own software, so it's their own app,
is
and system that you can go onto the internet.
it quite good. Where if say you want a new feature put in, or you recommend something, will they update it or make to look at your
How do you
feedback?
mean?
To say you wanted a certain bait or something adding to it, or a new feature putting into the software, would they update it for you? Then put it
If it's
into
if it's feasible for them, I mean, it's pretty much a
yeah,
basic sort of system the way it
yeah,
works in the
yeah,
sense for us to use it. So, for instance, wasp nest, you go into a wasp job. You can select obviously. So we take the bookings straight onto the system.
yeah,
Then we allocate them to time and day and so forth. When we allocate it, they get a text message and an email go through to them saying
yeah.
that we've allocated it. And along with that, we can now send a advice sheet. So just what to expect, what's going to happen, so forth, so forth.
Good.
Once you're there, when you've done the treatment, you fill out the report. From that, obviously, you've got three basic columns, which is inspection, action taken, recommendations.
Yeah,
Below that, you've got obviously your method, all your RAMs, and you can do your invoicing through that. If we want
that's
stuff
fine.
adding to an extent of where it's pre-text, you just ask them.
Yeah.
But it's constantly moving forward. The app is, which is quite nice, really.
It's good to hear. I mean, we're still very new to it. We started back in February. Well, we got the software in November. We started using it properly in February. But, we're still getting there. We're doing it, but it's like with your appointments. Do you give times? How do you do that? Because it's very difficult in pest control to give times, isn't it? But
No, so it's generally AM or PM slot.
okay,
As you well know,
it's
that
hard.
first job in the morning, it can go peak time, and that's the whole day wrecked.
Yeah,
So it on the email that's sent out, it does state that this is the time frame,
yeah.
but we'll do our best to stick to it. But if something does happen, we are sorry, basically. But we'll do our best to be with you as quick as possible.
Oh, that's fair enough because you always know that if you give someone a time, you know that first job's going to be a
Yeah,
bugger.
yeah.
You just know it.
I
You
get
know,
people ringing me throughout the day. Look, I know you don't. I know it's an AM. Do you know a rough time? And I'll say, well, look, if it goes to plan, it'll be about 11 o'clock.
yeah.
And normally I'm about right, but like you just said, it just takes that one simple little thing in the morning. And that's the whole day knackered.
No, I just wondered how you did it because it's very because like the software we have, it's I've been asking them to. I think they've updated it. I've been asking them to like put AM slots and not a time, but apparently they've updated it because it's hard to give a time.
Yeah,
It's difficult because you just don't know. Sometimes I'm far earlier than the time says, but we can send a text message and it tell an email and it tells them so and so like I'm on route. I wish it would say technician is on way. It calls me an engineer. Software does. But engineer is on the way. I'm not an engineer, but that's what we've got. We're still new to it. But I think even like I was like going back to when I did my RSPH level 2 award in pest management. I was like, no, we're all paper, we're all paper. Like you know, Debbie Wilson, the one who
yeah.
recommended you. She's probably watching. She's supposed to be.
I hope so.
I did send her a WhatsApp saying Nathan's on tomorrow at 8:30. So she did say I better tune in. I said, well, you recommended him. You wanted him on here. And I said, no, I'm all paper, I'm all paper. And it's like, but then a message just says, you ever guess what? I said, well, digital now. Really? Because I thought it was unaffordable, basically. But I thought it was expensive, but it's not. It's not as expensive. Many years ago, my dad said it was. You had to have so many operators, etc. But you don't now. It is affordable. It's a lot easier. It's made my dad's life easier because he said to me, it's much easier. Because on the tablet as well, you can talk. If you don't want to type it, it's used to your voice. You can actually talk to the tablet and it types it out for you if you want to as well.
Yeah.
You can. So he likes it from the perspective of it's made his life easier with paperwork. And obviously, when your tablet gets used to you writing certain words out, or certain things, it sometimes can predict what you're going to write, but not all the
Yeah.
time, obviously, because not everything's the same. But in general, I'd say digital reporting's made everything much easier until system goes down and you're a bit up. It's only been down once. Only happened once. That has.
But it's the same with anything nowadays.
True.
Everything is moving the same way.
It is.
And you look at multiple things. You have a power cut, you can't do 99% of this stuff. Like for us, with our internet through Starlink. And then obviously we had a
Really?
Starlink outage the other week, where we didn't have nothing, first time ever. But
That
we rely
Starlink.
on that for our phone signal.
So is that because where you live they haven't got fibre yet?
It's more to the fact of where we live, we haven't got a decent internet signal.
Oh,
But we
okay.
haven't also got a phone signal. So our phone signal here, because we're not in Tilton itself, we're more down the hill towards
Down
Melton.
the hill with the manor gates and the Lamborghinis in front of the house.
I wish. We are down a single track dirt road. Don't worry
Yeah,
about that. But
yeah.
no, it was too unreliable. And trying to run a business,
You
it
are
was
right. You
obviously
need signal.
we need phone signal. And
Yeah,
I'm trying to answer phone calls or missing phone calls. And yeah, it was just in the end, it was just easier to get a Starlink because
good.
it
Do
gives
you-
us the internet, but it also, because our phone network will do Wi-Fi calling,
yeah.
it just works on phone calls as well.
So does Starlink work well then for you? Does it
Yeah,
work
yeah, yeah,
well?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Really, really well.
Does it?
We get speed-wise up to about 300 megabytes.
Mine's 500 up and down, but obviously, as you know, it's not always that fast.
Yeah, but
They all claim to
we
be.
only used to get up to 5 before,
But the
so
road we wow,
we
that's
couldn't even
yeah.
watch TV. That was that.
Yeah, I can't see now. I can't think of going back to because all of our TV in our house, we always watched from Netflix, etc.
Yeah.
When our internet goes out, none of us know what to do. I better read a book then. Because
What's
kids
that?
go, man. Exactly, yeah. Yeah.
There's no such thing as books when you think about it now, because what do? You read books on your tablet. You got like your Kindle and things like that.
I have actually got books though, physical books as well. But
What you can
I re-
read?
I can read, yeah. I can read. I know it's hard to believe. I write an article on it. I can read. Got an article coming out soon enough. In the
Oh yeah,
MPTA, yeah. MPTA newsletter out Thursday. About my fitness journey, relating it to pest control. So I will share it with everyone when it's out. But yeah,
I'm sure you will. No, you make sure you share it to me. I'll give it a read.
yeah. Well, don't get me. It's not me. I'm not a PT. I'm just sharing my experience on how I was nearly 30 stone. You see, and I've lost like eight stone, I think,
Oh,
something
well
like
done.
that. And
Well done.
it's revolution. I broke my knee twice, same knee, different parts, and it's made the world of difference to my job. And people undervalue mobility in our job. Not saying you
Yeah.
do, but in general, people do. I
Yeah,
think
but you
that'll be
say
good.
that I'm not a small lad. Um,
You're smaller than me.
but when you look at it across the average, I'm not a small
Yeah,
lad. I'm 18, near on 19 stone.
I would love to be that size at the minute. I would love to be that, but I'd look a lot more because obviously I do a lot of weightlifting. So
Yeah.
I'd probably look a lot more stacked. I would, but no, I'll share that article when it comes out. So I'm going to mention a thing that in the industry at the minute, it's been a bit of controversy and it's been caused a few arguments and all sorts. And I'm only mentioning it because the Beauties and Beasts is doing a podcast on it on Friday. I'm not going to go have an hour and a half on it, but it's basically about pricing jobs specifically within wasp nests. But you
Yeah.
can look at it from any job really.
Yeah.
It's quite often. because some people go from, I don't know, 30 quid to a few hundred. I think some of the nationals charge £300 or £400 a nest.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah.
It's like, because I know that because there's a certain golf course that every time they get a wasp nest, they actually ring us because it's cheaper. Because their provider is the big R. You all know who I'm on about, the big R. And they charge a lot more. We do the wasp nest. But then again, I heard a few years ago, I did 2 wasp nests for a pub. And it's the big R again. They tried to charge them nearly £2,000 for 2 wasp nests. Easy
Really?
wasp nests. They rang us. We did it for like, it's a fraction. Tiny. I think at the time, we did both nests for 140 quid back then. 2 years ago now that was. But yeah, a lot
It
goes
depends
into
on
it.
how you look at it. So
Yeah.
there's multiple things. I mean, I know me and you have both had the chat before, obviously, about
Yeah.
pricing and so forth.
Yeah.
But what you got to think of, obviously, when you sit and think about it, think of what you charged before with FICAM, which it is no doubtedly the best stuff we'll ever have on the market. But it's gone now. That's that. It's gone. There's no point dwelling on it. But you've got to sit and think to yourself, okay, so most used product is Vulcan, because that's the only real other stuff that most people do use. Obviously, there is Deadline and so forth, and Lodi's got one.
I've been testing Deadline and Vulcan. I've been
Yeah.
fine so far. I have.
But when you sit and think about it, so now you've got to think to yourself, well, FICAM's gone. That's the easy, cheap route to what it was. So now you've got to think of it in a different approach. Well, I've got to price it. Am I going to guarantee the work, or are you going to do it price per job? But whichever one you do, you've got to stick to what your costs are. So when you sit and think, right, okay, I guarantee my wasp nest, me personally.
I do as well.
So before I was £90 for a wasp nest. I've now gone, since then I've gone VAT registered, so that has changed things, but I'm just moving VAT around now for the VAT man. So you think about it, I'll go and do that wasp nest for 90 quid, but now I've got to do it twice potentially. Not every time, but potential odd chance I've got to go twice.
Yeah.
You're going to guarantee it. What are you going to charge? You can't charge them 90 quid.
Exactly.
You've got to put your price up to make it worthwhile.
You have, because like obviously you got all that included, but then you got things like see one thing people don't obviously think about within jobs, and to be fair, customers also. When you run the business, you've got fuel, van insurance, advertising, business liability, materials, PPE, trade body costs, all work clothes, mobile phone, everything is all thrown into the price.
Yep.
And a lot of people don't think about them considerations.
What do you do with a wasp? What would you do with a wasp nest that you've just treated and removed?
I've never removed one.
So if you remove one, if you think about it, you've just used an insecticide. It's hazardous waste.
It is. You got to get rid. I've never actually physically removed one.
Then you start to break your cost down, like you say, like that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be quite open. I charge £120 plus VAT for wasp nest. Now you divide that by 2. That's £60 per treatment potentially.
Oh yeah, it's not a lot, is it?
No, it's not.
No.
But obviously, what happens if it's bigger than you're expecting? You have to do a third. It's not happened yet, but I've guaranteed that.
Yeah. So what do you do?
So,
have you got, because we've got a policy now on this, we actually make the clients send a video of them going in and out of the wasp nest area, because what we find is people this year seem to think that when you've got a wasp nest and you killed it, that you will never see a wasp again. And we make them send a video.
So that's all in our paperwork.
The video has been quite good, because you can't get a video. Oh well, it's only every now and then. It says no, it needs to be constantly in and out of where it was. Otherwise, it's not. And it's us saying that is cut down callbacks because some people seem to think that if it's a big year for wasps, you're still going to get wasps in your garden regardless. You're going to.
Yeah, you are.
So that
Yeah.
stopped a lot of people calling them. To date, we
I've
haven't had.
only had the one when I've gone back
Yeah.
and there was no activity.
Do you think it's people think they haven't got their money's worth sometimes? I do. I
Um,
have a feeling that sometimes do. Because I'm like,
no, because it's not. It's not just. I think a lot of it is that the product that we're now using has
yeah,
just took that slightly bit longer to work its
that's
way
it.
through the nest. As you well know, if you blow that dust into an area, is a lot of the time it's pot shot. So
Yeah,
you
it
don't.
is.
You're just going in on to where they're going in. But like obviously, Sean put up a video a while ago.
Yeah.
Obviously with the thermal camera. Well, his is coming in here, but the wasp nest is over here.
Yeah.
Well, as you well know, if you blow dust there, you're not going to be able to hit that.
No.
Vulcan doesn't seem to pick up on wasps as well as what FICAM did. So I think it was just a case of it took a lot longer to actually spread through the nest
Yeah.
to kill them all off.
I've heard
And
some people say that they tell people give it a week and then let us know.
yeah,
It can
that's what
take
we do.
longer. It
Yeah.
can. But in general, what about the people that I've had that they say that it's still there? They weren't going in the hole. I'm saying there were people that were. I've also had it recently. It was a bit weird where I had a wasp nest and it worked. So we went back and it was like a flight path of wasps going past, but they kept going outside of where the wasp nest was, or outside, but not going in the building, and then buggering off. It was really
Yeah,
strange,
so
but they weren't going in.
but they've got a flight line, haven't they, somewhere,
Yeah,
going for food. And this year I found even they've hit the sweet stuff quite early on. And aphids have been quite bad this year, and they've been feeding off the sweet stuff. And a lot of that side is just the management side of their expectations.
we had
So
that recently on a wasp job where this lady thought she had a wasp nest,
yeah,
but what she had was, and she was right, the wasps were dropping down into the bush. We got the suit on, had a look, and my dad went to have a look. And he opened it up, and what was happening was there was no wasp nest in there. They were attacking the aphids.
yeah,
They were going in there, and it was a sweet spot for them. So we just sold the lady a wasp bane, pretty much help the situation. There was
yeah.
nothing more you could do in that situation because there wasn't a wasp
No,
nest.
no,
But she was right. I
it's
mean, generally, you tend to look for a hole they're dropping into, and they made a hole at the top, but they're all dropping in and they were going for the aphids. That's what they're after.
yeah. No, I've had that a few times already this year. I use wasp bags with the law or syrup, whatever you want to call it.
Is it
Um,
the wasp bags they can't get out of?
yeah,
Good. I've seen them yellow pots. They can get out of them.
yeah, I've got them as well. To be fair, I've had quite good success with them.
Oh, yeah.
Um, yeah, within like the matter of a day, it's full.
Oh, right. So
Um,
you got to do it quite quickly because a lot of them escape. I've seen it where they just act as feeding stations and they get out and the majority of them escape.
I'm presuming it's a lot down to how much liquid you put in if they're getting back
Yeah.
out. Potentially, I don't
Yeah.
know.
It probably is.
I've not,
You know what you're
I've
doing, obviously.
I wouldn't say that, but you just do it, don't you? I don't really sit there and watch them come back out again. I set them up, obviously, set it up for them, and off we go. That's that.
No, that's fair. I mean, well, we just do the wasp bane. We've got what we just do wasp bane. Set up four places now: pubs, cricket clubs,
I've
and
got yeah.
a
So
place as well.
I'll use a wasp bane for contracts, but anything like say general public as such or your residential work, I'll
Yeah.
use wasp bags or pots. Just depends on what I've got in the van at the time, but purely down to the fact of the cost of the bags they're cheap enough, they're easy throwaway, whereas obviously a wasp bane are a serviceable item. So I'll use that more on a contract side. So
Yeah,
I'll put them up year one, but then I can service them year on year on year.
yeah. That's fair. That is. But no, as you were talking about cost, it's all included, isn't it? With like,
Yeah,
you are right in what you say with the new chemicals now. You've got to go back 2 times or 3 times,
yeah,
and with the third time, you've lost money anyway.
yeah, of
You've
course
made
you
them.
have.
You've made them think.
Because they're not always accessible.
We
Because I've
have
had,
got a thermal. We've got not. I wouldn't imagine it's as good as Sean. He'd just be removed. We've got a thermal, probably 200 quid, but you would be able to see where they are. You would, but I haven't had any
it's like
difficult
anything.
ones yet. Yet,
A lot of the ones I've dealt with, and there's not been many where I've been able to get up close and personal. They've always been right down in the eaves. It's That's probably the worst ones where you have to get physically down into the eaves, obviously up close with them. A lot of them this year for me have been in the cavities.
yeah. I mean, the vast a lot cavities. Yeah, it seems to be a popular spot this year because not had as many in roof tiles this year as compared to previous years. There's been, yeah, I'd say that thinking of it, the vast majority have been in cavities as opposed to roof tiles. I've normally as the season goes on, they get higher and higher and higher, don't they? And more awkward.
Yeah.
They haven't yet. They haven't. It hasn't happened. Oh, I'll probably jinx myself now.
Get yourself in them lofts.
Only if I have to. Only if I have to.
Well, it's one way to lose weight, especially with the temperatures we've been having. Spend half hour in there, it'd be better in a sauna.
But no, it's a thing like obviously it's obviously down to the company that how much they want to charge. There's no rule for what's that's how much you charge, but you are right. But you know that
Yeah,
oh,
but it's cost though, isn't it? It's like for
costs.
yourself,
Yeah,
you don't have. So, for instance, the one biggest difference between you and myself, I've got franchise fees to pay.
yeah,
Yes, they're not a big, massive amount a month, but we still have to pay a franchise fee. Um, so there's one thing straight away, and it's the area you cover. Um, you may be able to do it a lot cheaper than what I can. Depends on the van you've got, fuel costs and things like that. So you've got to
yeah.
take everything into account.
Yeah.
Um,
There's a whole list
'Cause
of
you,
things that people don't
yeah,
think about.
yeah. I mean,
People got.
There's people in Melton that will do it for like 30 quid.
Not seen them yet. I've seen
Oh, there's plenty of
a
them. Don't
certain
worry
lawn
about
care
it.
co- a certain lawn care
Yes,
company that keeps doing them.
yeah, no. I've seen him as well. He's down that way,
Yeah.
um, but I don't think he's that cheap. I'm not sure though.
I've
But
not heard that cheap though. In that
yeah, yeah,
area
yeah,
yet.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah, all the time. But at the end of the day, there's another way you can look at it. If you look at it on a money side, okay. So he does it for 30 quid. I do it for 120. Um, so you look at it, he's got to do 4 wasp nests to my one. Um, so who's the fool?
there you go. I mean, exactly. I mean, for what you do, I mean, yeah, you're right. It take a lot to get up to your one. And imagine you're 10, wouldn't it? It would
What we in business for?
make money. We're not a charity. There's too many.
There you go.
There is too many charities out there for
You got to know the problem is you've got too many people that don't realise the cost of stuff and they're just making a living. If that, it would surprise me if they don't. Some jobs they may do and others they won't. You just obviously everyone's circumstances are different, don't get me wrong. But as we break it down, so being a part of a franchise, we've got tools and everything around us for us to be able to work out our hourly costs,
Yeah.
to what it costs for us to get the van moving and so forth and so forth. So we have to know
Yeah.
that what that cost is. And someone like yourself, do you know what your hourly rate, what cost is for an hour of
Well, we
your
know.
time as a
Yeah.
running cost?
Yeah.
Does everybody?
I wouldn't say everybody does, but it's
Y-
like when you have like it's when you have like obviously I do mole jobs as well, and we're not. I wouldn't say for mole work we're the cheapest, but I wouldn't. I don't know if we're the most expensive. But like when you get people tell you, "Oh, you're only here for 15 minutes every time you come," but I solved your job. I've solved your problem. But anyone can buy some mole trap. Whether you can do the job is another matter.
Well, yeah, it takes years to work out with moles and getting the traps put in right.
I've only been doing it. I started trying. I used to hate mole work because I met a guy called Scott, nice lad on the RSPH level 2 awarded pest management course, and he always told me you got to get into moles. I can't be asked. And one day I said to him, "Oh, I want to get into moles." I started taking it seriously. So then I'm actually quite good at doing moles now. But I hate it when you got sandy ground and made up ground. It makes it so difficult. Because sometimes on them jobs you do lose on moles because it can be a nightmare. But most of the jobs, it's fine. It is. But it's like you've got the expertise, but they don't always see that it's not always because you're not there an
Yeah,
hour
it's not.
or you're not
No,
there a
it's not
morning.
always. It's not appreciated that it's taken us. So, like for me, moles, I've been doing it. Crikey, 'cause it was well over 25 years over the time, not and nowhere near as the scale of what I'm doing it now. But
Yeah.
going back then, it's yeah, I didn't really know, but I got myself through and I just kept getting better and better as time went on. But that's say it's 25 years. Well, that's 25 years of experience learning how to find and obviously do the trapping properly to catch them as quick as possible.
It's like one of them. I had it. Well, I cleared a job recently, and like, within you give them a week or two, but then if they get any more moles, you don't include it, and then you can't leave it open forever, can you? Say if you ever get any moles again, I'll come back for note. You can't do that, can you? You have to leave it a
No,
certain
so
period.
I
Certain
give it a
period.
month. I say to people a month.
Yeah,
That's my time frame. If they get another one, then yeah, I'll just deal with it.
that is. But yeah, it's all. I mean, I'm relative. Me, and my dad's done it for a long ever since he started pest control. Because as you say, the way you were talking about the way you started on the side, that's what my dad did.
Yeah.
He was a labourer for an estate, and he did pest control on the side until he built it up till he could leave, and that's what he did. It took him a long time, but that's how he built the business up over time. Whereas you can
Yeah.
go in as a franchise, and it's a lot. Like he didn't understand websites either. He had to get a company to build his site and everything, and big
It's
learning curve for him. It
yeah,
is.
it's utilizing what they offer, and
Yeah,
it enabled me literally I had to, regardless, stop my job to go and do this. But there is no regrets. Yes, there is a massive outlay at the beginning,
yeah.
but when you take that all into consideration of the yes, they do give you a stock to get you going, they do all your training,
Oh, they
they
give you like pest equipment. You mean?
yeah,
Oh, didn't know
within
that.
all
Okay.
within the fee. They don't. The only thing they don't get you is a van, which you have to sort out yourself.
Yeah,
But
that's fair.
when you break it all down, it is only a basic kit that you get, but it's enough to get you going. That's that. And yes, my first month was it was quiet compared to what it is now. Crikey, I'll be crying if it was like that now because it was really, really quiet. But within the month, 6 weeks time, it was just like someone just went up to turn the key. Well, you can have the business now. Dump, and it's not stopped.
What you want. It is. It's good. It's like there's straight. So if anyone was listening to this podcast, they now know setting up your own business versus joining a franchise. I believe that in the UK, pest control companies, they're the only ones, aren't they? Pest Force, aren't
When I looked, that was the Pest Force was the most obvious.
they? I've never heard of any others, unless I don't
No,
know.
there's one other that I did find, but there wasn't a lot of information about it. Whereas if you look up Pest Force, they're quite open with a lot of the stuff of what they say. Um, I mean, the biggest thing for like the Pest Force as a brand, it's we're the most reviewed pest control country in the country. There's 20, I think there's 26,000 5-star reviews within the
It's to tell you one
franchise.
thing, reviews. I tell you now, so difficult to get, even when you ask.
Yeah,
I
they're not
try
easy.
hard, but
I mean, it's like myself in 2 years, in just over two, just no, sorry, I've just into my third year now of business, third
yeah.
year in a few months. I'm over 250 reviews.
Is that do after you finish your work, do Pest Force automatically send out something to ask for a review, or is
Yeah,
that something you do, or do they
no,
do
we
it
have
automatically?
we no, they don't do it automatically. We have to tick the box.
Okay.
So we do tick boxes to sort of say yes, ask for a review, but
Yeah,
it doesn't mean you're going to get a review.
yeah, and sometimes you can get people that like to put fake ones up. Well, I've had
You'll
a
always
few of
get that.
them.
You'll always get it, no matter what you do. But the fake ones will be quite obvious.
Yeah, yeah. There's. Yeah. I hate it when I get these companies. I have to tell them where to go. We can get you X amount of. I don't want your fake review business, please. On enough. Google is very hard to get on. If you mess with Google, they can lose your account. I said I've worked hard to get on 63 reviews now. I think I've only recently started trying again. I lost a load last year, and they were all real. Um, they changed their algorithms or their policies, but I said you lot was bad about Google reviews. There's companies that actually pay. I don't know why you'd risk it. It's so
See, we use. I think there's three. If obviously, well, there's two main platforms. Obviously, Google and
Trustpilot.
Justice. No, Trust
Oh, trust
is what
this.
we
Oh,
use. Yeah.
oh, okay.
Um. So there, the Trust is the main one for us.
I'll have to look that up. I will. Yeah, I'll look that one up. But yeah, it's just not. There's people out there. It's not worth the risk of getting fake reviews. I'd rather
No.
earn a real review, and I'll be happy with that.
Yeah.
You know how Google and these companies, if they know it's something, they can just take your account off you. It's gone. They can.
It's all
It's
about
hard.
keywords, isn't it, and how they do things.
Because
It's forever. It's forever changing. Google.
even the companies that do SEO, if you ask them honestly, say, "Do you understand what's going on?" and they say, "No, we're just trying to stay ahead. We're guessing." They don't. There's no magic book. They don't say, "Here's the algorithm in one page. We've updated." They don't do that. They
No,
don't.
I don't understand it personally. Um, Damien that deals with that side for us. He's wicked. He he gets it. He understands it. He knows what we need to do. And if we're not doing it correctly, in the sense that we're not responding to reviews or we're not answering the phone enough or whatever it may be, he'll make sure he tells us to what we need to do to where we need to go to get
Oh, so
us
the system's
better on the
quite.
Google side.
So basically, they monitor your analytics or calls, and
Yeah,
then
so
they
the
can
monitor,
tell.
so yeah, there is a lot of things that are traced within the franchise. So, for instance, my all the phone calls, apart from my mobile, they'll be traced one way or another. Um, Email, obviously, they'll be able to see regardless or whatever, but it's they can analyze stuff,
To help you, though,
and
isn't it? Not
it's
to spy on you, to
no,
help
it's
you.
not to spy. It's far from it. It's so if I went to them and says, "Oh, I'm really struggling here. I'm losing jobs left, right, and centre, and I'm not doing enough. I need more money. I need more business. All they've got it to where they can help you, push you in the right directions. So they can look at your phone calls, see what's going on. Well, okay, well, they can listen to the phone calls because they are recorded and so forth. So they can listen to it to see where you're going wrong. Is it my fault? Am I doing something wrong, or is it just one of them things that happens? So they can be able to fine tune it and help you resolve the issue or push your
Good.
business further. And
Because
there's
it's
a
in the
lot of
end, it's win-win, isn't it, kind of thing? Because if you do well, they do well because you all make more money in the end. It's about helping. If you pay that fee, franchise fee, you get your
yeah,
support.
franchise fee is fixed.
Yeah, that's good.
So it's fixed rate. So it doesn't matter what you do, that's that rate.
Yeah,
There is other packages, there is packages and things like that to what you
yeah,
can pay for, and which I pay for like the marketing package, things like that. So they're always there working on my website and keeping up to date with it all.
yeah,
Not everyone does, but I do. I have weekly meetings with Tom in the office, just over the phone every Friday, just quick chat. He'll go through the statistics with me, how many phone calls I've had that week or the month, so forth. And he'll be able to give me information. So, in fact, I did ask him some information before I come on here. So, this year alone, I've had over 500 tracked unique phone calls.
nice.
Um, I've done over 400 visits this year. Um, and yeah, it just says on there that there's over 255-star reviews.
Good. Well, is that over the two platforms you use then? Yeah,
Yeah, so that's overall. Um,
yeah,
but
good.
yeah, they're there to help you. And I recently done a day with them on a business booster day. Um, so I've sort of like hit this sort of patch where I'm bit, I'm too busy to a degree. I'm starting to struggle. Well, my next plan was to actually, okay, I need a second person. And then you worry about obviously, I've got to pay that second person and
Yeah,
so forth, so forth. And done a business booster day. You go down there and there's a group of there's 6 of us in there, and they actually gave us like information, like reports that they've
yeah,
done that just showed a hell of a lot to myself. Where
yeah,
when I looked at it personally and looked at it and
yeah,
thought, wow. So they've broke it down to the degree of, well, that month I got, I don't know, say 100 phone calls.
yeah.
But I missed 38% of the phone calls.
Oh, really? Okay.
But
That's,
my conversion rate of jobs is X percentage.
yeah,
And then they work it out at how many jobs I've done that month. So that gives them that percentage. But and then it tells you at the bottom which the bit that done me the most is
yeah,
the potential lost sales, working off your average job per price per job.
yeah.
Um, and it's not actually a second person that I needed.
Oh, see.
It's actually an admin person to answer the
Oh,
phone.
oh,
So
okay.
hence where Charlotte's coming more so now. But I've now got to take on that second person because the phone call rates are improving, which means more jobs.
Well, that's good. That is. It's
But
is it?
without their help,
You wouldn't
I
know
wouldn't
that.
have. I wouldn't know. I've just got myself in a worse situation, take on a second person, and it potentially cost me more money.
Yeah, because you've got to like. Because obviously, when I haven't took nobody on, but I know that when you take another person on, you've got to make sure that they're making well. They're not just. You've got to make sure that that extra money's coming in for that second van. You've got to make
Yeah,
X amount of thousand per year for that van,
yeah,
not just be a to help with the work. The work rate's got to go up, isn't it? You've got to
yeah,
make money
yeah,
off
yeah,
the
yeah,
second
yeah.
person.
Yeah, there's a cost, obviously, that second person is going to be, and he's going to have to do X amount a month before that breaks even. So anything above that figure, then you're into profit. And it's the sort of things that they've helped me work out and go through. They've got things there in place that we can put all the information in to give us the answers that we need to say, oh, okay, well, I need to do X amount of £1,000 from him a month just to make him pay for
Well,
himself.
it's good to know that they help you in that way. It is. It's a lot more than you think, because obviously you wouldn't think that our franchise just wants their money. Obviously they care and they support and they help you grow
Yeah,
and teach you as well, not just leave you
yeah,
high and dry. It sounds like
no,
you get a lot of value in return for what you pay, which is good.
without a doubt, it's worth its weight in gold. I wouldn't be in the position. So if I go back to the first original question, why did I go for a franchise and not start out on my own? It's sort of, I wouldn't be in the position I'm in now if I would have started out myself 2 years ago, because
I can
I'll
tell you now,
probably
you wouldn't have that many reviews either.
but you don't put all your effort into it, do you? You try as much as possible, but at the end of the day, what's paying the way, if I'd done it that way, would be my other job. And it's like, the difficulties about, like, even like your websites.
Yeah, that's
Um,
being built. The new one is. It
yeah,
is.
so it's like things like that. Well, you get a bad person that does it and doesn't put all the correct information in it. I mean, you've just spent a lot of money doing that while they're doing it. Well, if they haven't done it right, well, you're gonna have to spend it again to find someone
Well,
to do it
well, to
correctly.
be fair, I mean it's the company we first went with all them years ago, so they got a very good reputation. So, and they were the ones that got us up on the Google rank searches or whatever you call them.
Yeah,
So it should, from what they can tell me, it should stay in the same position. Because basically, when the site's ready and it's all been approved, just swap and switched it, just like that. It
yeah.
just changed, no downtime. So hopefully it helps, but we'll see. But no, you are
Well,
right.
listen. Well,
You are.
don't worry though. I've got an Ocon page, and yes, I do. I get the statistics come through of obviously the placement of my websites, like I do of all of my other websites. Um, so y- it's very, very quickly the Pest Force franchise managed to get my website in Ocon to the second place
Who's
very, very
first?
quickly. Well, of
Who's
course, you know
first?
that. You know exactly who that is. You just sat there Googling it now, look.
It's me. It's also me. Yeah,
But
it is.
type in pest control Rutland.
Oh, it's my website.
Oh, has it gone back to you?
It's got. See, we've also got a site called Rutland Pest Control. So it was on this search. It's gone Rutland Pest Control Rutland. Then it's gone Oakham Pest Control. Then it's gone then it's gone to you.
Yeah, the other day when I looked, when I got the paperwork through the other day, it went to one. But I know it flicks up and down all
It
the
it
time.
it, it, it changes. It does. I
Yeah,
don't know how many people type that search term in. I don't know.
I don't know. To be honest
Because
with you,
we've got satellite sites, so I imagine yours work like satellite sites for different areas. I'd imagine.
yeah, yeah, it will do. Tom I mean, our head office will be able to tell me how many times it's searched for and everything else. Um, but it's the things that they do and
Yeah,
how good they are at doing it.
exactly.
I mean,
They got to know what they're doing there.
yeah,
Takes time and learning, doesn't it? But over the years, they've got them expertise in what to do. Yeah. And I suppose it's a case that they're always trying new things and ways to make it work and stay up or down the list or whatever. But I'd imagine if I tried that search term tomorrow, then again, do you reckon if you try it on your computer and you've been doing it on your phone a lot, that the search results will vary? I reckon you're supposed to put it in a new phone or a new that's got all the cookies wiped out of it, and it will be different.
Yeah, if you do a
It's
private
obviously
search, it's more. If you do a private search, it's how it is. But if you do it on your phone, well, obviously it picks up that I am who I am, because it will do.
yeah.
If I go onto Google, it knows who I am. It changes it around.
But yeah, it does. It does vary. It does.
Yeah.
I don't often. I normally just type open pest control in. I always check if I got any Google reviews. Got a new one today. Easy to get them. But I try. But no, it's been fun having you on, Nathan. It has. Who would you like to see on the podcast then?
Uh,
Give us someone non-Pest Force. I'll get. Sean's bias keeps getting Pest Force people on.
I would love to see Matt from Lodion.
Right, there you go, Matt. Nathan wants you on, and we can do a non-live version if you want.
But yeah, no, I think Matt Lodi, that'll be a good one, because he's not done anything else like that before. No, I can't think of anyone else, to be honest.
All right,
Have you had the MPTA on?
But what do you mean? I am MPTA as well.
Well, yes, you are. No, you're not. The head honcho. I can't think of his name.
Oh, Kevin Lawrence.
Yeah, that's him. Thank you.
No.
Why not? So if you're MPTA, then you should be able to get him on quite easily.
I've got a direct line to him. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Everyone knows. Well, yeah, I could just ring him whenever. But I will try.
Well, there's your challenge then.
Try. But yeah, no, it's been fun. Have you liked coming on the podcast?
Yes, mate. It's been good. Very, very good.
Been very. Is this your first podcast? I know you've also done. You've been on the Lodi channel, haven't you? I see your video ages ago.
Yeah. No, it's first podcast. I've done videos before, so I've done videos with Pest Force. I've done my own videos of little bits of snippets of my life as such, and as you do throughout the day, and I try and make it with like as much information as possible to the end user. Away from that, no, never been on a podcast ever.
Well, at least I've beat Beauties and Beasties too. I'd like to beat them to certain guests. But yeah, no, thanks for coming on. And Debbie, if you're watching,
No, thank you.
He's
Hello, Debbie.
been on now. Maybe she's busy, but I'm sure she will listen. I thought she was going to appear in chat earlier, but maybe she's busy.
She'll probably catch up later.
I'll send her links tomorrow saying, there it is. You need to listen to it now. Tell Nathan
just
what you think of it.
Just send her a message just saying, "Oh my God, I can't believe Nathan said that about you." Then she'll have to listen to it all then, won't she?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, she was the one that recommended you on the podcast.
Yeah. She's wicked. I love Debbie. Absolutely love her to pieces.
She's so down to earth, she is.
Yeah. And
she's also been. Oh no, she is. That's the thing I liked about her teaching me my RSPH level 2 in pest management award, whatever. It is she can give you real life situations, and she can tell you what happened in a certain scenario, and it was more a closed like. It was more. I think it was about 5 of us on the course or something, and it was more. She if you had a question, she'd answer it, or she could put it in real terms. So,
yeah. So Debbie's been. So I made friends with Debbie quite quickly, and funny enough, it was through Matt at Lodi.
Yeah.
And Debbie's helped me along the way a lot. So
Yeah.
if I've ever had any technical issues or something that I'm unsure about or whatever, can't get old because obviously our technical director is Natalie.
Yeah.
If I can't get hold of anyone, I'll ring Debbie. Or anything in particular, like some nitty gritty bits of information that I need, it's always Debbie that I'll ring, and she's been wicked.
She's a nice person. She is. Yeah, she's a very good teacher. I think she is. If I ever do my level 3, I will definitely do it through Debbie if I can.
Is that something
Yeah,
you're going to do then?
maybe in the future. Yeah, maybe. We'll have to see if it's under this new framework. It'd be different because the current level 3 would actually be your level 4.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
You
you
basically
level, what is level 2 now? Going to level 3, you've just got to
going
do
to
a
level
practical.
3.
You've got to do a practical now, haven't you? Compared to whereas before you didn't have to show you
It's
that
all
you're
it, it it's all
capable of doing it.
it's all still being the process is still being gone through. The MPTA is working with the BPCA. I'm not involved in any of that, but I do know that there's the BPCA one a thing where people can pay to have like a practical exam to upgrade them to level 3. As far as I understand, I don't know. That's not factual anymore. I don't know. They're still working all the fine details out. But the current level 3 would make you a level 4,
Yeah.
and the 4 would make you a 5. But maybe one day I just about passed level 2. I passed that second time round. Did for that one. But, maybe one day I'll get me up. I'm doing a course online at the minute. A diploma in entomology,
Okay.
just to get me better at insect identifications and stuff.
Yeah. Is it Vitas? Um,
Veritas.
that's it,
I'm not. I'm
Veritas.
not. I'm not doing it through them. No, but I've got
No,
their card.
he done one at BPCA head office, and I wanted to go, but I had a conflict. But they done the identification through a microscope course.
I have been recommended to do that course at some point. I might do
Yeah,
that at
it's
some point.
something. It's on my hit list to do.
But this is just like an online course that costs £28, but it's like 150 hours worth of stuff. So there's no limit though. It can take me like a year or more. But I have been recommended by a few people to do that at some point. His insect identification course at some point.
Yeah,
But
Paul was. It was Paul that done our training. He's wicked.
he's been on the podcast as well.
Yeah, no. I watched it. Don't worry
Oh
about that.
yeah, oh you've watched it.
Yeah.
Who did you do your CPD with?
CPD points. It's
Yeah, who did?
BPCA.
Oh right.
So we're members of BPCA.
Have you logged my podcast through their CPD?
No, I'll be honest with you, I'm shocking with logging the simple little things like we
Yeah.
have weekly we have like a technical half hour is what they call it.
Oh,
But then
okay.
monthly Natalie will have a guest on or whatever. So
Yeah.
half the time it's just logging in, have a quick chat with everyone. Any problems, you can discuss it with other people within the franchise. And on the bigger ones, we can claim the CPD points. And I always forget.
A lot
Bad,
of people
really,
do.
but
There's a
yeah,
big
when
rush.
I look at it,
There's a big rush at the minute, a panic for next year, but it's not that difficult.
I think I'm 3 points away from the end of that. I'm done.
I've got
Um,
40 on British Pest Register, not BPCA, Sean Mooney's scheme. I've got 42 points at the minute,
yeah,
and on the basis prompt, I've got 25, I think, on basis prompt.
yeah,
I should know. I'm on a trade body. I should know what I'm doing when it comes to points. I should. But there are a lot of people that are confused about what's going on next year. I'm gonna have to make a video on it as well. But there is all the
It-
information's out there. It's fairly easy.
yeah. I mean, even for before, obviously this all come in, we had to be compliant before. So we still had to do the CPD points every year before this all come in. Obviously,
Yeah,
I'll be
no.
all right because I've done obviously the basic principles within the 5-year period, so I would have been all right anyway. But
There are some
it's
people though that obviously have level 2, the proper level 2, but are just redoing their basic principles so they don't have to
yeah,
do the CPD,
yeah,
which is
yeah,
allowed.
yeah. Of course it is.
Is people can do that. It's part of the whatever you want to like. Even though I'm on the board of the MPT, I do tell people if you don't want to be on the trade body, just join a CPD scheme. 46 quid a year, you're done. That's it. You don't have to spend a lot of money. You don't have to be a trade body. I know being on the board, I should be pushing trade body. I don't know. I don't want to influence people. If they want to just be in a CPD scheme or whatever, they can. Or if they want to redo their course every 5 years, they can. It's up to them. Whatever's good for their business. Yeah, I tell you what, it's been a really good chat, Nathan. It has, I think.
No,
I think we
good.
got on really well
I've
because
enjoyed it.
we've not met yet in real life, but there's a chance
Well,
we could at
don't
some
forget
point.
after today we're enemies again. That's that.
Yeah. But yeah, I've what's it called? I've got someone on that's very local to me. I have tried even more local, but they don't really want to go on the podcast. I don't push people. If they don't want to come on, I won't push them. I would love someone to come on that's within the chemical company. But that's where I really hit walls. The big boys don't want their people on podcasts. They
They
don't.
won't know, will they? They just want to protect themselves. But
Yeah,
all you can do is try.
yeah, you can because some of them
And the
people
worst
got
thing
so
they'll
much
say
money.
is only no. That's that.
Exactly. But yeah, so thanks everyone for watching live or after the fact. Please log your. There will be some CPD for this when I go back and work out what we talked about. There will be some CPD. I'm sure there'll be some learning points. I'm sure. Yeah, do a business. There will be some CPD. 1.5 points, but you can only get your CPD if you're with BPCA or British Pest Register. I've had all my basis prompt codes for the year, so I can't get any more. Give me 8. They give me 10 points, Nathan. People can only claim 6. How does that make sense to you? Give me 10 points for the year, but people can only claim 6 in podcasts.
It sounds a bit backwards, but there we go.
It does, because I actually looked into my points from last year. I registered 8 points. Suddenly, it's 6. So they logged 8 points the previous year, and I gave them a load of points, and I said, no, you can do 6. 8 last year. I went back and looked on the website, you see, so I knew. I think you should be able to log as many podcasts as you want to. As long as you learn and you can tell them what you've learned, that's all that matters. That's why BPCA self-register and what Sean's doing with his self-register is good because they're only bothered about learning. That's all they're bothered about, not what you did. Obviously, you've got to do your standard crew, your crew training, but apart from that, it's whatever you've learned. I think self-register is the way forward. I do.
It is good the way they do that, but I also
Yeah.
do feel that if you don't go on courses, how are you going to progress?
Okay. I'm not condoning just listening to podcasts. I'm not.
It's like obviously I've been onto that Davies Drain course, and like we've already discussed about the identification. I'm all up for doing courses.
I am. This is the right.
That's
I
all
mean,
my points. I'm the opposite way. I don't register like this type of thing because I forget.
people do. To be fair, but like, I know people watch my podcast, but they forget to register the points. They watch it though, so it just shows you're not that fussed about getting the points. They enjoy watching it. They do. But, either way, I think it's all good for the industry. But anyway, let's end it on that. But thanks. If you just hang around for just a minute, I will end the stream. But yeah, thanks everyone. I'll be back next week, and I cannot remember who's on next week, so I'll advertise it when I know. I look on my phone. But thanks everyone, and I'll see you next week.
Cheers, Sean.